Hi Maranatha, Nathan Kurcsak here with Rob Stop.
Hello, good morning.
A couple of your pastors here. So I'm sitting in my office preparing to make a video about serving, and Rob calls me asking me if I can help deliver a lift chair to one of our church members. What am I going to say? Sorry, Rob, I can't serve because I got to make a video about serving. That doesn't work, does it? So, but actually, this is a lot of fun. I love doing stuff like this. You get to do this kind of stuff all the time, right?
Not all the time, but on a regular basis, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a joy, it's a privilege. I love serving. It's my spiritual gift, so it might be a little easier for me, but it's a real blessing to be able to serve, to meet needs, because God returns to you an incredible joy, and I think there is great joy in serving Him. So yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah. So we want to talk just about serving just for a moment, or I'll do the talking, you do the driving.
Sounds
I don't want to distract you too much. So I think this is a time when we all want to be back at the church physically, right? We want to be at the building. But could this be a season when we could just be reminded that we are the church? The church is the people. And the church is active every day, day in and day out. And so, at Maranatha, we talk about how we want to see believers in Jesus Christ who connect, grow, and serve. And so when you're connecting with others, connecting with the church, it leads you to grow in Christ, your relationship with Christ, growing and becoming more like Jesus Christ. And what was Jesus like? What did He do? He served. That's what He did. That's how He lived His life. He was a servant. And so the purpose of this video is just to encourage you with the verse, Mark 10, verse 45. Jesus says, even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give His life as a ransom for many. That's how Jesus lived His life, as a servant. Day in and day out, He served. He saw needs, He felt compassion, and He met those needs. And so I want to encourage you to consider doing that in two ways, to be a servant. The first way is just to be actively looking for the needs that are around you. Just to have being a servant as part of your own identity in your life. It could be at home, it could be with your family, it could be in your neighborhood with your neighbors, it could be with your friends, it could be at your workplace, but just to be a person who looks for needs that you could meet and to be a servant that way. And the second way I want to encourage you to follow that verse is to plan to serve. Not just be reactive, but proactive, to say, you know what, because of my spiritual gifts, the way God has blessed me to be able to serve, I want to see joy in that. I want to see fruit from that by planning to engage in regular ways I can serve. At Maranatha, there are a million ways you could serve at the church, and I love it. From the children's ministry on up, you have people changing diapers and leading songs and teaching Bible stories. It's great. In the youth groups, we have leaders leading groups and investing in students. The ABFs, people teaching, people serving, people making coffee. We have greeters, we have ushers, we have people serving up front, musicians and tech people behind the scenes. We have people, the mystery men that clean the auditorium every week. You know who you are. I just love it. And then connect group leaders during the week. And I think about our excellent deacons meeting needs all the time as servants in our church. I love how they plan to serve. They're not just waiting for needs, but they're also proactively meeting needs. And so that's what we would love to see. I would encourage you a couple other ways too. If you don't know your spiritual gift, this is a great time to help discover it. Rob, you love helping people discover their gifts.
I do.
Yeah, and so any of our church leaders, I'd be glad to help you. We can talk through what the gifts are and how you can know what yours is. And so know your spiritual gift. But the other thing I wanted to share was just, where does all this serving lead? When we serve people, what is the end goal and what is the end result from that? Well, it serves to be a witness and a testimony of Jesus Christ, that you're meeting people's needs, but really their ultimate need is to know who Jesus is, to know the gospel, to know that Jesus changes lives. Because of his death on the cross, we can have forgiveness of sins. We can be saved and have a life of purpose and meaning that's eternal, where we can get out and meet a need, and it pleases God, and it gives your life so much more purpose. So that's our encouragement for you. I'm going to quote Rob. Why am I going to quote you? You're sitting right next to me. But I'm going to quote, where you can correct me. You drive, please, and I'll quote Rob in front of him. He said before that runners run, golfers golf, Christians serve. That's what you do. It's the verb form of being a Christian. You love, so it leads you to serve. And so we want to encourage you to do that, just as Jesus did, to be a servant. And we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you soon. I just want to say thanks for watching too. Have a good day.
Bye, church.